Now you have learned how to declare a variable as random in a class and how to use them in the program. But if you simply declare a variable as random, it can take any value that is allowed by the variable declaration. So this may not be of the real use case of random variables, as your randomness is unlimited. In certain cases, or in most of the cases, you may want to limit your randomness to a certain set of ranges. So here Systemverilog supports another feature called constraints, which can be added to the random declaration. Here in this session you will be learning how you can add a constraint to the random variables in a class. Systemverilog supports the feature to constrain the randomness to a set of values in which you are interested, and you will constrain by adding a constraint to your class. So here is an example, the same example that we have learned in the previous session, the class named packet. So it got three data members which are random, which named address, data and CRC. And here if you wanted to add a constraint to the address saying that the address should be limited to a set of values, say for example you want to limit the address to a set of values inside 0 to 7, it can be done by adding the constraint. So this is a syntax to add a constraint. Constraint is a Systemverilog keyword, and next is the name of the constraint. So this is user specific, and within the opening and closing braces you will list all the constraints associated with this particular name. So here I am adding a single constraint where I am saying address is inside this set of value. So inside is another Systemverilog keyword, and so this is how we list the values. So again you can list the values within the opening and closing braces. So all the values are listed by separating commas. Now when you create and randomize an object of this class named packet, say p1, so the p1 dot address will be of any value between 0 to 7 because we added a constraint here, and p1 dot data and p1 dot crc will be of absolute random value. There are many variations of constraint block statements in Systemverilog, which I'll be going one by one. See this constraint statement. So constraint is a Systemverilog keyword, and here this name of general prop PRP is the name of this constraint statement block, and within the same constraint block you can see there are multiple statements. So with the same name associated you can put multiple constraint statements, and all of them should be separated by a semicolon. So for to make you understand more easily, I have listed separate statement in separate lines. You can even club them together into a single line, but there should be a semicolon separating them. So here the first constraint statement says address is inside 0 to 7, or address is inside a value set called 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 7. And the same statement you can put in a different way. So here I'm saying data is inside this value set, and instead of listing out all the individual values, I'm giving the range of there. So this is a format to give a range of values. Within the square bracket you can give the low and high value. So here data will be inside any value between 0 and 128. And if you want to negate that any statement, you can add a node statement. So in the third statement says data should not be inside the value set 200 to 255. And the fourth constraint statement says data should be less than 100, and the fifth statement says data should be greater than 50. There is one point you should note down here, that you can add multiple constraint statement with the same random data member within the class, but none of these statements should contradict each other. Say you are adding two statements saying data is less than 100, and the second statement if it is saying data is greater than 150, then both statements will contradict each other. So there is no solution for this two statements. So you can add any number of constraint blocks or constraint statements, but the constraint server should be able to solve each and every constraint statements within the same class declaration. So in the other words, you should be able to list all the constraints without contradicting each other. Otherwise the constraint solver will fail and randomization will return a 0 value. I am listing a few more points related to the constraint block statements. So here as you can see, so variables can be used within the inside keyword statements. So here you can say data inside low to high. So the low and high can be any they can be variable, or they can be of constant values also. And this is an example of a conditional constraint. Say if the address is say, then in that case then the data should be limited to some set of value. So this is how you add a conditional constraint. So constraint, the keyword, the name of the constraint, and this is a conditional constraint statement. If address is equal to 0, equal to 3, then followed, this is a syntax saying then data should be inside 0 to 3. So you can add conditional constraints by using this syntax. And this we have already seen, to get any value that is not within an inside range, invert the constraint by adding a exclamatory mark. And you have seen that you can add relational operators within an expression, but there can be a maximum of only one relational operator in a single conditional expression. So if you are adding like an expression like 50 less than data less than 100, then it's an error. You can, if you wanted to add a constraint like that, you can say data should be greater than 50, and next statement you can say data should be less than 100.